What is up, Math Made Easy fans? Today, we're going to be doing Math Monday, of course. I'm Professor Math Made Easy today in my nice shirt, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that we got 5 banger problems from last year's school competition to get done. So I have my math count, so without further ado, let's get started. Okay. This was the split round number 19. Josie selected the number n. She divided n by 2 and then subtracted a half from the result. She took half of that result and subtracted 1/2 to get the final result of n. What is the value of n? Okay, here we see, so it's complicated, right? But we can just go backwards and it will make a lot of sense. So she has n. So she took half of some number and then subtracted a half from that, right? To equal n. Guys, can you guys see this? Please tell me in the comments if you can. So we have x over 2 equals 10, and then it would be x over 2 minus 1/2, so then this would be plus 1/2. And, we can just multiply by 2 and we get equals 21, okay? Then, he divided n by 2 and then subtracted. So, we're just going to do that same thing again. So we got 21 plus a half. And then x over 2, that's what x over 2 equals. And we get, multiply that all through by 2. We get x equals 43. Now let's kind of check that one more time. So 43, take half, that is 21 1/2, subtract a half, that's 21. Then we get 21 divided by 2 is 10 1/2, subtract a half, and you get the final result of 10. So x, this should be n, equals 43. Okay, target number 7. A box contains 4 chocolates and a fruit chew. Clark and Chloe take turns drawing a treat out of the box without replacement. Whoever draws the fruit chew wins. Clark draws first. What's the probability that Chloe will win? Express your answer as a common fraction. Now this is a target round problem. You know what we can do on the target round. We can use our calculators. Epic, okay? So, I'm going to calculate some probabilities on my calculator, but what should I calculate? Well, Clark can win on the first turn. It's a 1/5 probability, right? 1 out of 5 thingies is, you know what I'm talking about. 1 out of the 5 candies is a fruit chew. So then we have probability it's not a fruit chew, so 4/5. So this is Clark. This is Chloe. 4/5 times. Then she has a 1/4 probability. Because there's a 4/5 probability that she'll be able to go. And once she's there, there's a 1/4 probability. You know what I'm talking about. The next one, there's of course, well, we have to take the probability that this or this doesn't happen. But in fact, we can notice this cancels out to just make 1/5. Okay, epic. So we have 3/5. And then we will have, so it's a 3/5 chance that that fruit chew has still not been drawn. Multiply this by what? Well, there's 3 thingies left, so there's a 1/3 chance. Again, you can see that kind of cancels out. And we're kind of getting sort of a pattern here, right? And when you think about it, I mean, the fruit chew is equally likely to be picked first as to be picked last. So we get this, we have another 1/5, and then we have a 1/5 here. It's going to be 2/5 and then a half, cancel out to make a 1/5. We have another fifth here for Mr. Clark because there's a fifth that he'll get there. And if he gets there, he's guaranteed to get it. So, my man's Clark has a 3/5 chance of winning, so Chloe has a 2/5 chance. Okay? Okay, on to the next one. So, Marsha wants to estimate the total weight of the sand in her sandbox. She has drinking glass whose interior is a cylinder with diameter 2 inches and height 4 inches. The glass weighs 4.1 ounces when empty. After she fills the glass with sand, the weight of the glass is 14.8 ounces. If the sandbox is a rectangle measuring 6 feet by 4 feet, average depth of sand is 6 inches. What is the total weight of the sand in the sandbox in pounds? Woo! Okay. And express your answer as a whole number to the nearest 100. So this is a team round. We can use the calculator if we need to, but I'm going to try to do this calculator free. So let's envision this. We should probably get some of the older stuff off the board first. So this is Marsha's drinking glass. It's kind of like a cylinder, right? And this is, of course, not to scale. That doesn't even really look like a cylinder. But it is of diameter. Actually, that's really not going to be at all a helpful thing. It's going to look more like this: diameter of 2, height of 4. Okay. Glass weighs 4.1 ounces when empty. The weight of the glass is 14.8 ounces. So part of that weight is a glass, right? 14.8 minus 4.1. So that'll leave 10.7. Will have to be the sand inside. Okay, epic. Now, what is the total weight of the sand in the sandbox in pounds if the sandbox is 6 feet by 4 feet by 6 inches? So that's going to be 12 cubic feet. We calculate this. How many cubic feet is that going to be? Well, let's find out. So, get our calculator out. Area is pi r squared of this little circle base thing. So r is 1. So we are going to have pi. And then we are going to have the height, pi, times 4. Okay? So it's going to be 4 pi cubic inches, which is about 12.56637. And you might be thinking, okay, that's going to be about a cubic foot, right? Because it's 12. You know, there's 12 inches in a foot if you're familiar with the United States imperial system of measuring stuff. But well, we're talking cubic feet, so it's going to be like 2 to the third. So we got to have to take 12 to the third, which is 1728. I know all of you guys knew that, Math Easy fans. Super epic. So we are going to divide that by 1728. Okay? We get like 0.007. But we know that this sample, right? Sample, which is the small amount of cubic feet. But this is so useful because we can take the amount of cubic feet we have, and then we can divide the weight of sand. So 10.7. This is a pretty in-depth problem. I like it, Math Easy fans. Divided by 0.007. Okay? And we get about 1520. Wait a second. Yes, approximately 1520. To the nearest 100, yeah, we're going to the nearest 100, so. So this is about how many ounces a cubic foot. We have 12 cubic feet, so multiply 1520 by, you know what? I feel kind of bad about that last calculation. I want to do that again, but I want to do it very precisely because I rounded a little bit there. And in fact, when you're in such small numbers, rounding can actually be more dangerous than you think. 72722. Alright, that should be good. Yeah, actually, wow. Now we're getting something looking more like 1470. So if you're ever kind of having a gut instinct that you might not have rounded good, check that out. So 1470. Epic. And then, of course, we're going to have to divide that by 16 to make pounds, because 16 ounces in a pound, I reckon. So that's going to be about 92. Means 92 pounds per cubic foot. That times 12 is going to give us just over, it's going to give us 1104. So to the nearest, the weight of the sand in the sandbox in pounds to the nearest 100 is going to be 1100. Like that. Okay, epic. 2 quick countdown round problems to finish this one off, Math Made Easy fans. Wow, this is a nice video. I'm proud of this one. Got some meat in this video, folks. So Xanthia, interesting name. Shout out to all the folks named Xanthia out there. Can read 100 pages per hour, and Molly can read 50 pages per hour. If they read the same book has 225 pages. How many more minutes than Xanthia would it take for Molly to finish reading the book? Okay, Xanthia, 225 pages. And then we have divided by 100 pages per hour, so that would be 2.25 hours. Molly, in a countdown round, we would just say, okay, we know Molly's rate is half of Xanthia's, so that means you'll just take her twice as much time, 4.5. So it would take 2.25 hours, just like taking this, subtract that, more. 0.25 an hour is 15 minutes. Add that to another 260s, and I'm thinking it's going to be 135 more minutes. That's quite a substantial amount of time, but let's get into this last problem. So the operation, weird little squiggly. Sorry about that, guys. I don't really know what happened there. Video kind of cut out, but last question. The operation, this thing, is defined by A to B. This is going to equal AB squared minus B plus 1. Okay. Now, what is the value of 1 to 6 with that? Well, just plug that in. You get minus 1 times 6 squared, so minus 36. And then minus 6, and then plus 1. And that all comes to... I didn't want to make that look like a division sign, so if it did. 41 in the negative. Thanks for watching, Math Made Easy fans.